A desperate PNM gimmick or a genuine act of justice? An editorial by Professor Wall Street. Prime Minister Stuart Young's recent statement regarding the government's ex gratia payment of $1 million to the families of the 4 deceased divers and survivor Christopher Boudrum from the Perea LMCS tragedy has sparked outrage and skepticism. After years of delays, legal battles, and heartache, the government's sudden decision to offer compensation mere weeks before the April 28th election raises an unavoidable question. Is this a sincere effort to deliver justice, or just another People's National Movement PNM election gimmick designed to manipulate public sentiment? The families of the deceased divers, Kazim Ali Jr., Yusuf Henry, Rishi Nagasa, and Faisal Kurban, have endured unimaginable suffering since February 25, 2022, when the tragedy occurred. They have fought tirelessly for accountability and proper compensation, yet the government's response has been defined by bureaucratic red tape and foot dragging. Now, just as the nation prepares to head to the polls, Prime Minister Young declares, "I've had enough," as if this newfound urgency is anything but politically convenient. If the government were truly committed to justice, why has it taken over 2 years to arrive at this decision? Why were the families forced to navigate a frustrating legal process while state officials deflected responsibility? The timing of this ex gratia payment, just weeks before an election, is suspicious at best and exploitative at worst. It reeks of political expediency rather than genuine compassion. Moreover, an ex gratia payment is, by definition, a discretionary gift rather than an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. It allows the government to avoid full legal accountability while attempting to pacify grieving families with a financial gesture. This approach does not address the systemic failures that led to the tragedy or the negligence that was so painfully exposed in the aftermath. The families deserve more than just compensation. They deserve truth, accountability, and assurances that such a disaster will never happen again. Prime Minister Young's attempt to cast himself as a frustrated leader who is finally taking decisive action does little to mask the reality. This is a desperate move by a government seeking to shore up electoral support. The people of Trinidad and Tobago must not be fooled by last-minute political stunts. True justice is not measured in million-dollar payouts, but in meaningful reform, accountability, and a government that acts with integrity, not just when it is politically convenient. In conclusion, on April 28th, the electorate must decide whether they accept this hollow attempt at damage control or demand a leadership that prioritizes people over politics, not just during election season, but always.